And welcome back to the program, everyone. It is now 49 minutes past the hour. Time for the final segment here of the Eat, Drink, Explore Market Fresh Hour. And keep in mind, there is another hour coming up of great food, craft beer, wine, travel, and tourism talk. Sundays, 9 to 10 right here on this very station. But right now, we are jumping into the world of sustainable agriculture here in California, something you hear us talk a lot about, of course. And you hear that buzzword thrown around a lot nowadays, sustainable, which is too bad because I hope it doesn't reach a point where it gets so watered down, like the word green, for instance, that people don't take it seriously anymore. Something to take seriously for sure is the upcoming Sustainable Ag Expo, put on by Vineyard Team, the Vineyard Team organization. It'll be held November 18th and 19th at the Madonna Inn Expo Center. That, of course, in San Luis Obispo, the iconic Madonna Inn. Joining us on the line right now to talk a bit about it is Fritz Westover. He is with the Vineyard Team. In fact, he is the technical program manager there. Hey, Fritz, welcome to the program.
Hi, Randall. How are you today?
Fantastic. Nice to have you here, and I'm excited about this Sustainable Ag Expo. As soon as I guess I got an email on it, and I looked into it, and I thought, well, this is fantastic. And I thought, is this the first year for it? But it's not. This is an ongoing thing.
Yes, actually, the first expo was held in 2005, and it was put together because we specialize in vineyard sustainability. But the work that we do here at the Vineyard Team and with our sustainability and practice program really carries over to a lot of crops and row crops. So this meeting was put together to bring growers from a lot of different crops into one area so we can hear experts talk about general topics in agricultural sustainability.
Yeah, because Vineyard Team is well known for their SIP certification. That's SIP, Sustainability in Practice, I believe that stands for. And
Correct.
You can find that on bottles of wine, and just by the name Vineyard Team, people associate you directly with sustainable vineyards. But like you said, this goes well beyond that.
Yes, and I can speak more directly about my position here as the technical program manager. We have the SIP program as one of our programs, but we also do outreach and education and have a real hands-on approach to promoting sustainable wine growing with the growers in the Central Coast and beyond.
And that's really important, the outreach portion of it, because you might have growers who currently aren't using as sustainable of practices as they possibly could, but they just don't know how to get into those realms and how to do it efficiently and how to help their bottom line and that sort of thing. But you can bring them those tools and show them, in some cases, it's actually easier to be sustainable.
Well, in some cases, that's the case. And, we actually are very much promoting the adoption of newer technologies that are going to help with sustainable farm practices, whether they're helping conserve water or helping with economic bottom lines or anything that's really going to make the farm basically be able to be there for future generations.
Right.
So the Ag Expo is one of our outstanding examples of a program that we put together annually to get growers together to talk about those technologies and updates and laws and regulations and things that affect the grower directly in their operations.
And this Ag Expo will attract people primarily from Monterey County, San Luis Obispo County, Santa Barbara, the core Central Coast?
Yes, our programs go as far down as Santa Barbara and as far north as Monterey, and our audience can come from all throughout that region in the Central Coast and beyond, actually.
Right. So you mentioned water resources. That's a big one right now. We are in one of the driest years on record, if not the driest year on record here in California, depending on what happens in the coming months. What are some of the ways vineyard owners and other crop clearly people can dry farm, but in a situation like this, it's really dry farming. So,
right.
What are some of those practices?
Well, what we're really trying to do is to promote growers to be more aware of the amount of water they use, first of all, by monitoring, installing technologies such as flow meters. You can't you can't monitor what you don't measure, is the old expression. So
Right.
we're working on programs to promote the use of those technologies, also to use soil and plant monitoring devices to make sure that, of course, we're not applying more water than is necessary. But I think there's still a large curve, even though the farmers are doing a great job and adopting technologies as they come out. There's always a long learning curve and a steep learning curve on how to fine-tune all of the management decisions and how to put all those things together to make those decisions in the vineyard or whatever crop the farmer's growing. So, the vineyard team, through the positive point systems and the SIP program, has been doing that for years, even before we came into this drought crisis. And, part of our SIP standards and our certification focus on water use in the vineyard. And let's just say that the drought has helped to put that into high gear and put that more in the spotlight.
Yeah, that's for sure, Fritz. One of the programs I see that will be a focus at the Sustainable Ag Expo is Grazing for Solutions, integrating animals into the orchard and vineyard systems.
Yeah, we try to get some alternative and new and novel types of sessions into the expo every year, and I think we have several this year. We have general sessions for laws and regulations and for pest and disease management, like we do every year. But this year, on day 2, on the 19th, we have a holistic management practice session for vineyards and orchards, and we have a speaker coming in from Colorado. We have local expertise from San Luis Obispo and Northern California, and then some of our local growers on a panel that are going to talk about how they use animals within their vineyards and orchard systems. So either for grazing, for weed control, for adding fertilizer through the things that they do.
Right.
And, right. And one of our speakers is actually even going to address how having animals integrated into the system could possibly conserve water. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm interested myself to hear more about that one.
Yeah, sort of a win-win there. And then the third one that I'm seeing listed here is Resisting Resistance. A distinguished panelist from the University of California system will lead a discussion on best management practices for preventing and overcoming resistance development. What's resistance development?
Well, whether you're farming either organically, sustainably, or conventionally, you're using some kind of a product, typically in the vineyard, or some kind of technique that's going to control a pest, disease, or insect. And if you continuously repeat that procedure, sometimes those pests can outsmart us and adapt and evolve into new species, or not new species, but new selections that can be resistant to some of those practices, whether it be chemical or otherwise. So in order to keep ahead of that, we need to make sure we're doing proper rotation, using everything that we can in the toolbox to try to, let's say, if one product will punch that fungus in the cheek, the other one will punch it in the gut. Well, if you keep punching it in the cheek, it's going to learn to duck eventually.
Right?
So.
No, that's true. We've seen it with antibiotics, that's for sure. And so,
that's right.
Fritz Westover with the Sustainable Ag Expo. You can find more information online at sustainableagexpo.org. It's that easy. Or Vineyard Team. Is it .org for Vineyard Team?
Yes, vineyardteam.org and sustainableagexpo.org.
Fantastic. Fritz, best of luck. I hope it's a very successful sold-out expo because we need more of those. So.
Well, thank you very much, Randall. We expect a great attendance and welcome more.
All righty. Take care, sir. And stick around, everyone. As I mentioned before, there's a whole nother hour of great food, wine, travel, and tourism talk Sundays, 9 to 10, right here on this very station. I am your host, Randall White, saying bon appetit for now. And always find us online at eatdrinkexplore.com.